Could you give me a little insight as to why and how?
I'm just telling you, he'll beat you. You know what I'm saying? He got a great team of coaches. You know, he got everything around him to where he'll know he'll beat you.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, recently stated that Terence will defeat Canelo, and he sounded completely confident. If this clash happens, someone's reputation is definitely on the line. Even Crawford dropped a statement that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. He declared, "I'm coming for him, that's it. I'm taking everything he has." Those weren't just words, they were a direct strike at Canelo's pride and everything he's built. This isn't just about winning a fight. It's about claiming the crown, the glory, and the legacy. Crawford spoke with a hunger, like a predator on the hunt. If these two step into the ring, it won't be a friendly contest, it'll be a hunt. And when the hunter finds his prey, only one will walk away with it all. Bomac has made bold predictions before that turned out true. When Crawford faced Errol Spence, he said the same thing, and look what happened.
What about, was it like his length, his counter punching?
I can put that out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I didn't put out there when he beat Spence. I just kept telling everybody he was going to beat him. And when he finally beat him, I tried to tell everybody. Nobody want to listen to me. Now y'all need to start listening to him.
He warned the world once before and proved everyone wrong when the lights were brightest. Now he's sounding the same alarm, but few are listening. This isn't just talk, it's a pattern, a warning carved from experience. If history repeats itself, Canelo could be walking straight into the same storm. And when Bomac speaks, it's not just noise, it's a sign of what's coming. Bomac went even further, revealing something far more dangerous: a plan. He claims they studied Canelo's weaknesses and know exactly how to exploit them.
I think people doubt that he has the skill to beat a Canelo. It's the size and the strength and the power. That's what.
That don't mean shit. You can take all that shit away from the fighter. Size, strength, you can take all that away. Because of course, he got holes in his game.
This isn't blind faith, it's calculated. They've been studying him, breaking him down piece by piece. When a trainer speaks like this, it means they've spotted something the rest of the world hasn't seen yet. Canelo has been nearly untouchable for years, but even giants have weaknesses. And if Crawford's team has truly found those cracks, this fight could shift in an instant. The hunter might already know the perfect moment to strike. Even rising star Shocker Stevenson has weighed in with a bold opinion. He noticed something in Crawford long before anyone dared to speak it aloud.
I just knew, like, as far as in that weight class, Terence Crawford is like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it, but I thought like Terence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
His words carry weight not just as a fan, but as a fellow elite fighter who studies styles. This wasn't hype talk, it was honest, raw, and full of passion. Stevenson recognized Crawford had the tools long before anyone noticed what happened with Bivol. And now, as conversations heat up, his old comments sound almost prophetic. When brilliant boxing minds predict the same outcome, it's no longer just a guess, it's a possibility. But this isn't the first time Shocker Stevenson has backed Crawford over Canelo. He was saying this long before the discussion became serious.
I've been putting it out since, I want to say, when he fought Sean Porter. Like back then, if you go watch, it's an interview out there. I had said I think that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Álvarez right after he fought Sean Porter. So the idea, I've been thinking about it. I've been saying it before Bud even.
When Crawford faced Sean Porter, Shocker had already made up his mind. While most people were still doubtful, he was seeing the bigger picture unfold. It wasn't bandwagon talk, it was rooted in skill, style, and instinct. Those old words hit harder now that the showdown feels real. Sometimes, the earliest opinions are the ones we should have trusted from the start. Shocker didn't just speak with belief. He broke the fight down from a stylistic perspective, and what he pointed out might be the very thing that gives Crawford the edge.
I think Bud is a southpaw. I think that's the part that kind of that's underestimated about the fight. I think him being a southpaw makes it a little harder for Canelo. I think Canelo has some type of trouble with southpaw. When I watched him fight John Ryder. John Ryder, and John Ryder wasn't that good. It's just Canelo was fighting against the southpaw, and it made it a little bit harder than usual. But with the Madrimov fight, I just felt like Madrimov is a good fighter. And stylistically, he's a lot different than Canelo.
Being a southpaw is more than just a stance, it's a puzzle Canelo has solved before, but not without struggle. Shocker's observation reveals how Crawford's technique could expose cracks in Canelo's armor. Canelo has stumbled in the past, and now Crawford aims to capitalize. This isn't only about power, it's about angles, timing, and precision. And in this fight, style truly matters. It clashes. This matchup could be far more dangerous than most realize. Even veteran promoter Frank Warren couldn't overlook what's coming. He hinted at something many are starting to believe. September won't be easy.
Got a big fight, has to be in September, first of all. Yeah, and that's going to be a tough fight for him against Bull.
Warren's tone wasn't casual, it carried caution and realism. He knows the fight game inside and out, and when he says it's a tough one, he means it. This isn't hype or wishful thinking. It's a warning wrapped in experience. If Canelo's next opponent is Crawford, the challenge will be on an entirely different level. For a fighter like Canelo, this could become the defining chapter of his career. Frank Warren didn't just talk about the fight, he questioned Canelo's current form. He even suggested that the size gap might not be as big as people believe.
Bigger man, I should go with a bigger man, but, their age, who knows? Crawford fights once a year, Canelo's roughly twice a year. Canelo's last fight, I wasn't too impressed with him for that fight. And Crawford, although the guy was a runner, Crawford's last fight, he had a real tough fight against the Eastern European.
His words carried doubt not just about the opponent, but about Canelo himself. He pointed out something fans have begun to notice. That sharpness might not be the same. Meanwhile, Crawford remains active, precise, and dangerous. Even legends slow down just enough for someone hungry to pass them by. And if Frank's instincts are right, Crawford could be stepping into the perfect storm. Mark Kriegel broke it down from a technical perspective, and his insight carried weight. He emphasized something fans often overlook: Crawford's mind is just as dangerous as his fists.
It's entirely fair to judge him on his last performance. He's adjusting to size, he's adjusting to weight, but also he's fighting someone who's very, very long. Crawford's one of the most resourceful fighters I've ever seen. He can come at you from either side. He's a really high IQ. I think he's thinking 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. Look, we'll see. It's a huge amount of weight to go up. I'm not quite sure what to compare it to, especially at this stage of his career.
This wasn't just praise, it was a breakdown of what makes Crawford different. Kriegel observed that even when outsized, Crawford finds a way. That level of ring IQ can flip everything, especially against a powerhouse like Canelo. Size matters, but knowledge, adaptability, and timing can rewrite the fight. And if anyone can move up in weight and stay dominant, it's the man who thinks for steps ahead. Mark Kriegel didn't hold back. This time, he turned the spotlight fully on Canelo and asked the question many hesitate to pose: which version of Canelo will show up?
Canelo's Canelo. What I'm more curious about is what Canelo comes out. I know how hungry Crawford is. I don't doubt Canelo's hunger, but I think he's gotten used to, opponents who aren't quite, what they were in the prime of his prime. And I also think he's gotten into the habit of throwing one shot at a time. For instance, with Kovalev, I thought that he was behind on points, but I also never thought that the fight was in doubt. And it was only a matter of time before he did what he did. I don't think you can get away with that in the same way with Terence Crawford.
Kriegel doesn't deny Canelo's greatness, but he questions whether the fire still burns the same. He pointed out tendencies that could cost him dearly against someone as crafty and relentless as Crawford. The one-punch approach may have worked before, but this is a different battlefield now. Crawford doesn't wait to be figured out, he punishes every second you hesitate. And if Canelo isn't at his absolute best, this fight could end before he realizes it. Mark Kriegel may have sounded neutral, but his words hinted at something deeper. Without even pausing, he gave Crawford more credit than most are willing to.
Crawford's got a better shot that people are giving him right now. I think that he can do more things. I'm not trying to dodge your question. I don't like to give predictions because I got to go into the fight. Being down the middle, so I don't want to placate either.
He didn't make a prediction, but he didn't have to. His tone said enough. Kriegel recognizes the layers in Crawford's game, the tools that make him a real threat. This was more than a polite observation. Crawford carries a calm confidence. While many remain doubtful, Kriegel's subtle backing paints a very different picture. And when someone that close to the fight speaks like this, it's worth paying attention. Mark Kriegel went even further, shifting the spotlight and pressure squarely onto Canelo, questioning not just the matchup, but the decisions that led to it.
Crawford can do an awful lot of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out the last time the Canelo fought a guy who was this good. Forget about the weight. And I think that there's a lot of pressure on Canelo for not, to be frank, for not having fought Benavidez before. It's like, okay, you got a lighter guy, you got a smaller guy. What do you do with him now? That's a lot on.
This isn't just about skill anymore, it's become a matter of heritage and expectation. Kriegel hinted that Canelo might be under more pressure than ever, especially with Benavidez still waiting in the wings. Now he faces a smaller, faster, and smarter opponent, leaving no room for excuses. Crawford isn't just a name, he's the type of fighter who demands caution. If Canelo doesn't rise to the occasion, the criticism could hit harder than any punch. Kriegel then highlighted one of Crawford's most underrated weapons. It was a short comment, but powerful, summing up what makes Spud so dangerous. He's the best switch hitter in the game right now. Fighting effectively from both stances is rare, but Crawford thrives at it. This isn't a flashy trick, it's a weapon that keeps opponents guessing and off balance. Against a fighter like Canelo, that uncertainty could be the ultimate equalizer. Styles win fights, and Crawford's ability to switch gives him more tools than most. In a matchup this big, every edge matters, and Crawford may have more than people realize. Even actor and fight fan Chuck Zito chimed in, weighing in on the debate everyone keeps having: size. But his take struck the perfect balance between respect for both men and acknowledgement of what makes this fight so compelling.
Yeah, Crawford came up, I think, 2 weight classes.
Yeah, well, yeah, he started at 135. Yeah,
Canelo is, that's his weight class.
he's naturally.
But you know what? I got to say that Canelo, every time I see him, his fights get better and better. Even as he gets older, his fights are better and better. It's going to be a great fight, because Crawford's a great fighter.
Yeah.
So may the best man.
He didn't dismiss the weight gap, he acknowledged it as a real factor, but he also noted Canelo's continued growth despite his age and mileage. At the same time, he gave Crawford his flowers, calling him a true student of the sport. This isn't just power versus speed, it's greatness versus greatness. With both fighters still evolving, this matchup could become an all-time classic. Chuck Zito then shared a personal gut feeling that many fans might quietly agree with. Yet, despite his leanings, he kept a balanced and realistic view of both men's abilities.
Feeling Canelo's going to pull it out.
Yeah?
But like I said, Crawford's a great fighter. You can't take anything from him. So for me, they're both great. May the best man win.
Zito leans toward Canelo, but without full conviction, and that speaks volumes. He knows Crawford isn't a blade you can ignore, not for a second. This isn't an easy pick, it's a razor-close call with elite skill on both sides. That's what makes this fight electric. Anything can happen, and either man can walk away victorious. When even a supporter admits it's too close to call, you know this is a true mega fight. Then Keith Khan entered the conversation with a very different take, one that felt more spiritual than analytical. He didn't just pick Crawford, he spoke as if sensing a shift in the sport itself.
I'm a rock with Terence, simply because I really believe in his ability. Canelo, I understand the game, and I understand, you got waves, Canelo had the wave for a long time, and I feel like now it's kind of like somebody else's turn, especially with Turkey Al Shidi, making this connection. I feel like it's about to be a new wave. I also feel like it's kind of it's getting to the point where it's the end of both of their careers.
Yes.
To him, this fight is about more than skill, it's about time, energy, and momentum. He believes Crawford's moment has arrived. The torch is gradually being passed, not as an insult to Canelo, but as a reality every king must face. Both men seem to be approaching the twilight of their careers, and this fight could shape how they're remembered. If Keith's instincts are correct, we may be witnessing the dawn of a new era in boxing. But just when you think he's said it all, Keith drops a hint of something bigger. His perspective adds a twist. He sees this as a story unfolding in chapters, not just a single fight.
Exactly. So I feel as though, you know, this fight, you know, I see it going a number of different ways. If it's a close fight, I see it being like a Triple G type fight where it got, you know, 2 fights, 3 fights, you know, like a big, like little rivalry going almost. But I'm rocking with Terence. I want him to win. I feel like he got the abilities to win, and I feel like it's like the stamping on his legacy right here, you know, this fight.
What if this isn't just one monumental clash, but the start of a historic trilogy? Keith's words suggest this rivalry won't be settled in a single night. It will grow. With Crawford's legacy on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. This could be the moment that cements him in boxing's Hall of Fame, or the spark that ignites a legendary era. Keith Khan, one of boxing's keen thinkers, offered strategic insight into Crawford's possible game plan. His comments hinted at how crucial the early rounds might be in shaping the fight's ultimate outcome.
The first 6 rounds, win. You know, just win. And after the first 6, you know, we gonna see the adjustments if we could just break them off, you know, because you never know what the opponent might come. You know, people may see a killer in Canelo where Terence might have to box. Or we may see a slower Canelo from all the wars and the fights, you know, so he may be much slower. He, you know, feet may not be as quick, might not match Terence's, so we don't know, you know. So I'll tell him first 6 rounds just win, you know, and after that we'll see how, you know, how we go on from here.
This perspective shows just how unpredictable this battle really is. Will Canelo storm out with his trademark aggression, or will the wear and tear from past wars slow him down? If Crawford controls the early rounds, the momentum could swing dangerously in his favor. But one wrong move in the later stages could make everything collapse. This is the kind of chess match that makes a clash between 2 champions so thrilling. Eddie Chambers added another layer to the debate, noting how weight dynamics might actually give Crawford a major advantage. His insight points to a physical transformation many fans may have overlooked.